All right, big change here in the weather for us. Good 10 degrees plus below the average for this time of year. Vero Beach didn't even hit 70 degrees. Fort Pierce either. You got 67s there. You woke up in the morning to the upper 50s. West Palm 73 degrees, 63 in the morning. The average 80 and 65 there. So cooler than average. And yeah, that's going to stick around for a little while too. Northwest winds will continue. The winds don't swing onshore right away like our previous couple of cold fronts where it makes it a quick cold snap. This one's going to settle in here for a few days, and that's thanks to a big strengthening low pressure system just off the Carolinas. In fact, one of the buoys just offshore South Carolina, 65 mile per hour wind gusts, 15-foot seas, and some of the models have those seas off Hatteras getting up to about 50 feet or so. That's going to send a big swell our way, and that will start by tomorrow. It's also going to keep those northwest winds around and keep us quite chilly. So that big coastal storm sending those northeast swells by tomorrow. It'll peak Monday morning. Seas will be building 10 to 13 feet or so. Small craft advisory conditions for the next couple of days. High surf advisory, 6 to 8 foot breakers out there, rip currents and a long sweeping current to the south down the beach, and that could cause some tides above normal. It kind of acts like a surge when we get these swells to move on in, and of course beach erosion at the time of those high tides. Cooler weather here with temperatures generally into the low 60s and on the Treasure Coast right now, and into the mid 60s for the Palm Beaches. Low temperatures tonight city by city. Look at that, chilly in Vero Beach, 51 degrees, 49 in Okeechobee, 51 in Indiantown, Wellington 53 degrees, 55 in West Palm, 56 in Boca. High temperatures tomorrow, very similar to today, but I think the Treasure Coast will warm up a little bit more because the clouds will start to thin out a little bit more in the afternoon. So 70, hitting 70 barely though in Vero, 71 in Fort Pierce, Jupiter 72, Wellington 73, Boca 74, and that's well below the average there of 80 degrees. High temperatures will stay below average. There's the 80, and we're going to stay in the 70s all week long. Finally, we'll start to moderate this air mass by the end of the week as the winds finally will move onshore or swing around onshore by late Wednesday and Thursday. So still a little bit of cloud cover in the morning on the Treasure Coast, but watch how it breaks up and erodes there by the afternoon. So I think we'll see more sunshine. Rain stays offshore with that storm system, and then we actually clear out even more on Monday. Tropics not over yet. In fact, the Hurricane Center is giving this 20% chance to develop. Some of the models do develop it, but it gets caught up in frontal boundary, so it's not really going to bother us. Boating forecast, it's a mess. Small craft advisory, we're not talking choppy waves. These will be just long period ground swells, and they have much more power out there. Surfers will be loving it, of course. However, this is for experienced surfers only. This is going to be pretty big out there. And if you're not comfortable in big surf, then probably don't be in the water. Temperatures low to mid 70s. Look at this, a good streak of 70s. We get another reinforcing shot of cool air on Tuesday to keep us on the cooler side, and then we'll finally warm up by the end of the week and next weekend back to the 80s.